everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Collection Comic of the Week. The book I have chosen this week is... oh boy, this is another one kind of with the... up there with Captain America, maybe even a little worse than the Captain America by Liefeld book that I'd done previously. This is the Superman number 123, where they decided to, much like Cap, I guess, this character is way too passé, way too boring, and has no business being in the brash, in-your-face 90s. So... we're gonna electrify Superman. We're gonna make him have crazy electrical powers. He's gonna be zapping. And oh dear, this did not age well in the slightest. At the time I picked it up because, one, I did like Superman, and I was a kid. I thought this was kind of neat. A lot of people kind of thought some of the stuff they did at this point in time was kind of cool, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I kind of get, for the time period they were in, old school wasn't cool, tradition wasn't cool. You kind of, maybe Big Blue did need something for the 90s. Did he need this? I don't think so. And the other reason I was really salty about it is I had all the Justice League figures, and I had regular Superman, and then I could never find this Superman. Thankfully, it didn't last that long to where I needed to really update my superhero figure collection too badly with this. But yeah, this is revamp for the 90s, probably to its fullest extent. So let's check it out. Trying to get a good look at the cover here. Ready for the next century? Certainly not. Certainly not. I mean, whenever I was 7, 8 years old, sure, this was cool as hell, but it's... I mean, looking back on it now, I kind of roasted it a little bit a minute ago, but geez Louise, like... I know everybody kind of feels that Superman's passé, or at least quite a few people do, but like, I want to know how they thought this was the best course of action for Superman. Let's open it up. Legends of the Dark Knight figures. I think I had that one, and I had the Bane, so at one point in time I don't have him anymore. There's Lois, and there's Professor Hamilton, and yeah, and there's Superman getting shocked, getting more shocked. Doom 64. Yeah, I never played Doom 64, but if someone did play Doom 64, let me know in the comment section below. So, yeah, and, Clark getting his ass kicked. And he comes back, and oh no, he's all electrified. And some guy in a polo jacket, so, but, yeah, you see this, and there's Lex. I think this is before Lex became the president of the United States. Life really imitated art on that one. So yeah, and got some more. Just kind of like, it's not a horrific story, but it's just like an unnecessary story that was kind of. I mean, it was the 90s. This was, like I said earlier, you can have your big muscles and your big guns and your bunches of different covers and your everything, but to me this is the most 90s thing of the 90s, or it's or at least a 1B to the some of the artwork. That's it. It's just, what the fuck. See, that's more electrified Superman, and he's going to You gonna go Professor Hamilton for it? Oh no, that's Lois going to Professor Hamilton. See, like, even the art's a little hard to kind of follow. There's a Mad Magazine Tang ad. You don't really see the Tang. I remember the monkey ads with Tang back in the day. Got more Lois and yeah, here's the bad guy. There is a Easter contest for Rice Krispie treats, and got more stuff with Professor Hamilton, and oh, good gee Willikers, he's all electrified now, and he's Superman. Oh my god! Yeah, and then he gets naked. I just always remember that part after. Like, here's Superman, and then it kind of says something like he does this, and he becomes completely human, and then he's about ready to die because he turns completely Clark. That I thought was kind of a cool concept, looking back on it, where Superman can make himself become completely human while he's, disguised as Clark or, what have you. But still, I remember reading this and, like, sharing this with friends, and they're like, ew, Superman's naked! Oh, there's that. And some more stuff. He's gonna go visit Mon Paul because of how he looks now, and I liked all these ads because back in the day I was an NBA fan, not so much an NBA fan anymore, but always wanted one of these because you got two jerseys in one because they're reversible, and I always thought that was cool, and I always wanted like a Jordan or a Pippen or something like that, but alas, can never find them. Oh well, just didn't go to Kids Foot Locker. And I still these days love these candy bars. But yeah, he meets this is actually kind of a cool. I'm a sucker for good Clark with Mon Pa Kent scene. So yeah, we got a cool little, says what's missing? No, the cape. No, he needs his needs a symbol. He needs the S, and there's a nice splash page there. Like, there's some good in this, but it's like it's 90s change and 90s shock value to revamp for the 90s. That's really, an era that hates tradition only for, you to look back on these, these sorts of things and go, wow, Superman really never needed to update ridiculously like this. Yeah. Got the mailbag and, how about the wedding album. That's a classic cover there, but yeah, and ironic, they have Star Wars advertisements in DC Comics, especially now that, DC is full-fledged Marvel, and the Gap on the back, and yeah, that was to me the most 90s comic book the 90s produced. Or at least it's in the top 3. Like I was saying, this did not age well. And, we can kind of look back on it, I stand by my harsh criticisms of what I've said about this whole idea and this whole concept. I stand by it. There were good moments in this book. I can't say that this wasn't an idea without merit. This was the 90s. This was revamping everything and thing. This was a time where, your dad and your grandpa's silver and golden age superheroes, that wasn't cutting it. So I'm not. I don't let my appreciation for traditional Superman cloud my judgment of too much as to why they did this. I get it. And whenever I was 7, 8 years old, I didn't think it was awful. And even going back and rereading it, there were good scenes, good concepts here. But the good concepts are kind of here, and the bad, it's much worse. The bad definitely outweighed the good, and, this was eventually completely retconned anyway, and now Superman just kind of is the most controversial superhero among fans because Does he belong? Does he not belong? Are you a boomer for liking Superman in this day and age? Or are you, just missing the point that comics can still carry, old school sort of traditions? I don't know. That's another debate for another day. But this was not something that would be one of Big Blue's brightest moments, ironically. Him electrified's not bright, but it's still part of the lore, and it's still something to revisit. Do you also own that particular issue of Superman? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of comic books, but from the world of pro wrestling, gaming, anime, and all things geek culture. Follow me on my social media pages, facebook.com/athleticgeek89, Twitter @athletic_geek89, Instagram @athleticgeek89, and if you would like to help this channel out financially, hit me up on Patreon at patreon.com/athleticgeek89. Other than that, I'm out. Y'all be cool. Later.